everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Aftermath. Not only is it another episode of The Aftermath, but it is the most anticipated episode we have had yet. We have been talking about this episode for, I think, the past 3 weeks now.
The one you've all been waiting for.
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
Probably 4 weeks. But anyways, as always, I'm joined by my lovely compatriots, Ethan and Dylan.
Feels like it's been a month.
I mean, what has it been a little bit?
I'm just
It just
saying,
feels like it's been a little while since we've done this.
I
Yes.
tried
To
to
get back to it.
I tried to get Heon Sense to put in earlier, but it didn't work. So
It was just the way things happened. It wasn't anyone's fault.
Oh
Sure.
no, you can blame me for that.
Well,
Okay,
no,
it was
you
all
can-
Dylan's fault.
blame. Yeah, I was gonna say you can blame everybody but me. Okay. All
I
right.
had to show.
I
you
was the
guys
guy who never
creepy
shut up
alien
about
movie.
jumping ship. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Actually-
fought for this.
You're right. We had
Victory is. How does it taste?
we had horse sense.
Doesn't taste good at all. But I'm just saying I'm mad about it.
I can't believe how far back horse sense was.
Yeah.
So anyways, just to preface, we're talking
Like
about
4 weeks.
we're talking about Jumping Ship, which is another DCOM, another Disney Channel original movie, but this one is the sequel to Horse Sense,
Which we
is,
didn't know.
How insane is that?
Says that? No, it says that it is. It says that it's the.
predecessor or something.
No, it says it has the
Or
same
successor.
cast and it has the people who did Jumping Ship, but it doesn't actually. I don't think anywhere say that it is actually a direct sequel to Horse Sense.
I think it did. which
Okay,
is
because
what-
I watched the movie and whenever I was like, "Wait, this is actually the same cast of characters as well as actors. Like this is an actual sequel movie."
Yeah.
I thought it was a completely separate movie with other people. No, it is a legitimate
It is
sequel, and let me
the
tell you,
sequel.
it holds up. All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, so we actually watched Horse Sense on February 5th. And then of course we watched
Signs.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
Dylan and I did a little duo cast, the two of us, which was we talked about the original Gundam series.
Hell yeah.
And then we watched Signs, and then of course we had the episode that we talked about. We had Dakota on, and we had a great little conversation with
Yes,
him.
The Doomkopf himself.
Yes, of course. But I'm excited that we actually got to this movie, and we actually I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Yeah.
a good movie.
I am left aghast at the amount of unexpected quality I'm finding in this particular set of movies.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying toward the end of the movie. Maybe like a half hour left of the movie. Like it wasn't the end, but things were kind of closing.
Yeah.
I said, like, I'm pretty happy to say that with the production quality and like the writing and the storytelling of this movie, it still does hold up to Horse Sense. And in a way, some of the scenes, some of the storytelling is actually better, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
Yeah.
However, I still think I liked Horse Sense more.
Yeah.
I think that this one had a little bit too much drama between all the characters, which
I think
was again good and required for what they were trying to do.
yeah.
But I wasn't a big fan of like
I
a
think
more drama-y movie like this.
I think the ending, I liked the way it was progressing, but then it felt like at the end it like wrapped up real fast, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's over with. Whereas I felt like they really hammered home the ending at the first one on Horse
Yeah.
Sense. It
Oh,
felt
yeah.
like the ending of the last one, it kind of drew out a little bit, but it really like,
Everything's going great.
oh yeah, it really hits you in the gut with all the feels.
This one I think was kind of meant to be like a more of an end to the story thing. I feel like, but
yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. The very, very end kind of did feel a little bit different, but I thought the whole movie was really solid.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It was a good movie. I liked it a lot.
I think my favorite part in that entire movie was that little final confrontation they have between the three of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, that was some
Fuck.
real stuff.
You know, this would be a lot more descriptive and coherent if I remember the characters' names.
Michael is the Chad boy.
Yeah.
And then the
small
Jake-
cowboy.
Jake Hunter is the boat guy.
Right.
I think Tommy is.
And
the
don't
little
forget
boy.
old Tommy, aptly named because he's the youngin.
Okay, yeah. Between
Yeah.
Tommy and Jake,
Yeah,
that was some real shit. That hit home.
yeah. It was. It definitely. There was a point where I think
Wait,
again.
which one between Tommy and Jake? What'd they say?
The last one before they like
It
figured
was the
their
one
shit
where
out.
it was the one where he's what Jake's like, what
That's
did you do? What did you? How?
What
What
have
did you
ever
earn?
had to work for?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that.
And
Yeah.
of course, and then,
Yeah,
and then
that was between Jake and Michael.
yeah. But then
Tommy's
Tom,
the youngin.
but then Tommy kept coming up there and was like, "Hey man, like chill out." And he's like, "No, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no. I want him to realize like just how much of a shitbag he is."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh hey, whoa, slow down, please."
Like, all right,
Yeah.
man, jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think it was pretty good.
Tommy
My-
definitely felt like the younger brother trying to break up these two boys from fighting.
Yeah, right. But my favorite character in this movie was easily Jake.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jake was such a good character.
Like I normally don't go for someone who's an obvious choice for the favorite character. My other favorite character was the Australian pirate girl, but that might just be because she was hot. I'll be honest.
Jonas. Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. It might just be because she was hot and she had an accent.
There.
That might be a me thing. I don't know how about everybody else.
I didn't mean to run into you.
I couldn't help but notice.
Oh my
you
God!
were-
Stop with these accents. Quit. I'm cutting this off.
I bumped into you
my
really
God.
hard. Sorry.
Stole your wallet.
Stole your wallet and whatnot.
You guys are starting to sound like cockney British people right now. Fancy what? Stop it. All right, quit.
It's Australian.
All right, it's not. Stop.
I love the part, and it still made me laugh. There's a part where young boy Tommy and Jake Hunter are like spearfishing with these bamboo rods, and there's a crocodile in the water with them. A gator, if you will. And our boy, again, our boy's lost in the woods, Michael. And of course, he ends up hearing them fishing, and then he sees it from up the ledge, and he just starts running down this hill. And I just couldn't stop
screaming his head off.
I couldn't stop laughing because all I could hear was him just going, "Oi, oi, 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 it's a crocodile!" And I'm like, "Oh man, jeez." That was so funny. He wasn't actually doing
Someone
it.
wrestle it.
Someone wrestle the gator, please. Oh man.
Hey, wait, this is the 90s. Someone get Steve Irwin. He could actually help.
Oh
man.
damn! What a low blow.
That was not a low blow. That was an
kidding.
absolute love for Steve
I know,
Irwin, and he
I
was
know,
around
I
for
know.
this.
I'm
Okay,
just-
he could have pitched in.
It just makes me sad.
It's a big rip now, but like,
miss
yeah.
Steve Irwin.
So, everyone describe it in 3 words, starting. Describe the movie in 3 words. I've got so many options here. but-
Old ship boys.
All right, I was going to go with Wet Wild Australia, but okay.
Wet and Wild Australia. Oh boy, that's a great name.
Oh man. Dummy Thick Pirate also works.
A
but
dummy
again-
thick pirate, yeah.
But also that's because I had a particular
Yeah.
fondness for one of the pirate ladies there. So
I don't understand.
sorry for the pirate lady. There's only one.
I don't understand why they were hunting him for so long. They were out there for
Because
like
they're supposedly
11
he
or-
had like they knew that they were worth a lot. They were like, we can retire off this kid.
Oh, I guess
But,
you're right.
Yeah.
But it's still, it just felt like they were-
Until Dylan pointed it out, I was wondering why that dude wouldn't just shoot the gun he had, and then I realized, oh wait, if he shoots
Oh,
him, he
yeah.
doesn't get the money. He knows the 15 million in gold coins is fake. So,
but at
okay.
least like a leg shot or something.
well, he
It just was
eventually
funny.
tried, but
This
they
boy-
turned into a little slop gun at the end
Yeah.
because he got slop in his gun. Let me just give that some context. He fell into some slop and got slop in his gun, so he shot it and turned into a water gun for mud.
Yeah, but it was
So-
just really thick goop. So
It was it was amusing. It was a little. It was pretty funny.
great. Comedic
so-
genius right there.
Right. Yeah. So but I liked all the scenes that like come back later. I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
I mean, normally I don't like this about a movie. Okay, but for this one because it was like.
The little minor callbacks.
Because it was no, don't like me being able to call it all before it
Oh,
happens.
yeah,
I
yeah,
normally
right,
hate
right.
that. That's why I hate endings to movies. But for this one being like kind of a more wholesome Disney Channel movie, I don't know. I actually somehow really like the thing that I hate about every other movie. Me being able to know what's happening next is kind of what I liked about this movie. Because as soon as you see something in the movie, you can immediately laugh knowing what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
For instance, my perfect example for this one is whenever they pick up the freaking flare gun and he's like, "Don't touch that," so he just puts it back down.
said-
And I was
he-
like,
no,
"Oh, he's hella
no,
gonna touch that."
Not only that, he says, "Don't touch that. It's our only one." And we're like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, someone's gonna
Right.
blow his load."
And it's like
boy.
normally I'm like, oh god, heavy-handed. This is gonna be annoying later. But for this movie, I was like, he said, "Don't touch that," and I was like, he's hella gonna touch that. Shoot the flare off, and everyone's gonna get mad at him. It's gonna cause a falling out. And I started laughing. I was like, I know what's gonna happen, and it did. Later on, he was like, "It's a plane." They were like, "The plane can't see us," so he shoots a flare anyway. Then the pirates find them because he shot a flare.
Yeah.
Naturally,
What a
right?
great story element.
Honestly, it was. Normally I hate that, but for this movie, somehow I loved it. It was endearing the way it put it together.
I like that it also kind of felt like a small, because they're all on just a deserted island. It
Mhm.
felt like a small setting location. Was not a whole lot to take in because it was just
It was all just kind of there.
It just made me want to go to the beach.
Oh yeah.
It made him want to eat. God, every time there was food on screen, he was like, "Damn, I'm
Yeah.
hungry."
Because I've been craving seafood. I've told you.
Yeah, but I was still like, "Damn, bro." All right, so now on to my my notes.
Yes.
My first note is very apt because the very, very first thing you see in this movie is, you guessed it, Tommy on a horse. So my first
Oh,
note just
yeah.
reads, "Yance."
Yes. Boy on horse is on horse.
Oh
Horse
man.
boy on horse.
Horse boy on horse, horsing around.
Yeah.
Got him.
Horsing
1 second
around.
while I slap my knee.
Nice.
I don't know if the mic picked that up. At
Oh,
all.
I definitely did.
Um,
Pause for dramatic effects. when we
Right.
did
Yeah.
it.
Well, that was me moving the mic. That pause was me moving the mic. I'm trying to remember this note though because like he said something like I wrote the note down, but this is one of the first times I've ever not remembered it. But it's whenever he says something about having half a chance.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, his mom says it's his.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I picked it. It was his mom.
Dad that her mom
Yeah.
picked up.
So
from
yeah,
his
there's
mom.
a in the movie there's a boy there's a sorry not a boy there's a grown ass man who who likes Tommy's mom and is trying to talk to her, and Tommy doesn't like the idea of a stepdad, and she's like, he's not dating me yet. It's just I like him too, and maybe you should give him a chance.
Give him half a chance.
And then she said you should just give him half a chance, and I was like, I love how this mom is so like enlightened and so like she's so woke that she knows. And I wrote down half a chance because she knows that's all he'll get. Lol.
Yeah.
And of course he eventually gave him half a chance. Then we jump cut to Michael. And Michael is talking about everything he's going to do. He's being a rich boy. And I said, my next note, oof, he's going to learn the same lesson as the first movie, isn't he? By the way, he literally did. This movie was about him not working for anything and him learning how to work, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. It is a perpetual issue with this young boy, Michael.
As soon as you think he learned his lesson.
Nope.
You thought last time.
Go back for round 2. Maybe you didn't quite catch that.
Maybe you should be stranded on an island.
He did not catch
I'm sorry, your head was a bit thicker than I thought it was.
Yeah, right. Your skull was a little bit too dense.
I'm sorry. I just got through the first layer of your hard
Your brain was too smooth.
First time I saw you, I thought, man, that must be a fucking melon.
All of our advice simply slid right off.
Oh, it just slid right off his smooth brain.
No wrinkles whatsoever.
Right. So
can't catch
and then
the information.
I wrote down, you can't catch it in the wrinkles. There's nothing to absorb. That's why I like waffles more than pancakes. All the syrup just slides right off like a smooth brain. Right? But the cups on the waffles.
Wait. Pause. So what I'm hearing is eating waffles is more intelligent.
Yes.
Well, yes, 100%. It's like your brain.
Okay.
There's little cups for all the butter and all the syrup.
I was contemplating.
This is a hot take. We're gonna move back to the movie. Okay?
I was contemplating on getting a waffle iron. Now I don't need to. I'm buying it for now.
Yeah. No, there's no contemplation anymore. Your brain is wrinkly enough that you should get a waffle iron, not a pancake iron.
You have
don't hear a pancake iron. You want to know why?
I think it's
smooth.
I think it's called a griddle. But okay.
You know what, it's why, because you can just use a griddle like a smooth brain on a freaking pancake. But waffles need their own dedicated iron because they're chads. Still. So hot take.
Shit, now that you mention it, I do like waffles more.
I know
hey,
you too.
We're on a movie.
Sorry.
No,
we're on a podcast.
I know.
This is the waffle cast now.
I know we're just waffling on.
Oh God.
Wait, 1 second, it didn't work. Wait. That was like 4 knee slaps there because none of them had a good pap to them. But my next favorite note was...
I know you say you hate me after I make puns, but I actually hate you right now.
I mean, good, because...
If John is listening, I think he would be very upset with you.
No, John's going to
John hates
John's going to rant...
Why? John hates puns.
I think
John's
so.
gonna,
You're fucking with me.
John's going to text me later, and he's going to be like, I hate you. I'm going to forget that I said this on the podcast. Because we've already been over the fact that I don't listen to our podcast.
I'm going to slap that motherfucker next time I see him.
John and I used to work with a guy named Jared.
Oh, no.
I think he was our DM at one point. And Jared likes a good dad joke and a good pun. And every time, in the morning time especially, like crack of dawn, 6 a.m.
No, you don't make morning puns. That makes me want to kill myself.
Oh, Jared used to whip out these puns or whatever. And of course, I would always be like, I would be sad because he got me at the same time, but I'm also be like, that was a good one though.
I can appreciate positivity in the morning whenever you're getting your day going.
Oh, and he was always that.
You just gotta.
But dad jokes are not the positivity I need. If anything, dad jokes are a negativity to me.
But John was like, "Oh boy, why?
John. I can imagine John sitting there and being like, "Next time you do that, I'm actually going to leave this apron on the table. I'm going to leave. I
can't believe the motherfucker doesn't like puns.
Still,
sorry. Back.
So
to what you're saying.
He said, Michael said, they said you get what you deserve out of life. And I was like, that's going to come back and bite him in the butt later because he said you get what you deserve out of life and proceeds to get what he deserves. But poor Tommy didn't deserve any of this.
No, definitely
poor
not.
Tommy's just a hardworking Southern boy who likes his rich cousin. He keeps getting roped into this. Tommy, this is a good life lesson for you. If you're listening to this, Tommy, and you're a grown man now, but still, if you're listening to this is an important lesson about learning who to pick for your friends. Because you didn't deserve any of that, but you do get what you deserve out of life.
Man, he lived the lesson. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. But like poor Tommy, man, you do get what you deserve out of life. And Tommy, because you're hanging around him, you got roped into that.
Yeah.
Tommy, you deserve better. All right.
And you know what?
Back to it.
And, hot take at the end of the movie, whenever he's like, you know what, guys? We should all band together and make a 3-way business out of this boy chartering people. And I was like, no. You guys should all say. I mean, the only person to be saying yes, I think, is Jake Hunter because he gets a boat out of it.
Right.
But I was like, but Tommy should be like, nah, dude, I got so much more to work with. I mean, yes, it may be profitable, but I don't want to get roped up into a business with you.
But maybe Tommy likes boats. That's
He was
beside the point.
all for it.
I liked the
You're
ending.
right.
I liked the ending personally, but still.
I liked it too. I'm being sarcastic.
And then I put down Captain Chad Chasington, obviously, and I put a thumbs up next to him because he's my favorite character. So then they're on the boat, and old Michael keeps getting sick. And he's like, "You got any of those pills for seasickness?" And he's like, "No, I don't." And Captain Chad Chasington, being a Chad, is like, "No, I don't." And looks over at the ocean and thinks to himself, "I do got patches, but I'm not going to tell you that. You asked for pills, lol." So then he goes in the cabinet, finds a bunch of patches, and then just starts slapping them bits on him like it ain't nothing.
Oh,
You're supposed to wear like one or two. He had 3 of them on his neck. Yeah. So of course I put on their fentanyl patch overdose because I've seen those before multiple times. And this dude's like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna vibe out." He's tweaking now, like. Yeah. And this actually didn't come back later like I thought it would because it immediately fell overboard. It jumped ship.
Oh, I hate you.
So, but basically, he's like, he decided so Michael. Sorry, after that one I got befuzzled. So Michael is like, "You know what? You're right." After Tommy says, "You should get off your phone. You should. Why did you wait all summer? You waited until now on my vacation with you to call for a job because you're out of time." Yeah. And he's like, "You know what? You're right, Tommy. Have my phone. Just go put it in my suitcase later." And of course, I wrote that down as like, "Really? Asshole."
So
put
naturally,
it in my
Tommy's
suitcase.
Like, I'm gonna throw this bitch overboard.
Not even that. I legit. This is one of the times that the movie didn't get me because I was like, he said, "Put it in my suitcase," and I was like, "What an asshole! He's gonna put it in his suitcase so that he can later on go back, get it, and be on his phone again. What the hell?" Because he was like, "You can keep the phone for the rest of the trip. You have my phone. Just go put it in my suitcase later." And I was like, he's taking advantage of this poor kid.
Yeah.
Well, the poor kid tries catching a fish and then accidentally throws it overboard, and I was like, "Oh, that was hella wrong."
Also,
problem solved.
In the kid's defense, haven't you guys ever done this before? Where like you have, again, before the age of wireless earbuds, in my personal opinion, I had wired headphones. And again, this guy has like a wired headset with like a little walkie-talkie looking deal on like you can clip on your shoulder lapel. Yeah. Well, as the phone is falling out of his pocket, he grabs it by the headphone string, and of course, I've been there before. The phone just falls and it goes bloop, like it pops out of the socket, and you're like, "Oh, damn it!" And I have done that so many times. But of course, he just sits there and just like holds onto the headphones like, "Gosh, this is all I have left." Shit. And I was like, I've been there before.
I would have dropped them bits in the water too. Like, "Well, cast off, boys. I don't got the phone. You're worthless to me."
Bye-bye.
Right. So, but then he's like, "Okay, where's what I'm looking for?" He was saying to look for something. He's like, "Where's that?" And so then Tommy said, "In the wheelhouse." And I was like, "He don't know where the hell that is." My next note is, "He don't know where the hell that is, LMAO." And then he proceeds to immediately walk away, turn around and say, "Where's the wheelhouse?" And Tommy said, "Where the wheel is." And he was like, "Okay, got it."
Didn't you do this for a different movie? Or no, it was Horsens, wasn't it?
Yeah. The same thing happened where he was like, "Oh, we're gonna go behind the bars."
They made the same
and he's
joke.
Like, "What's a barn?" like some dumb stuff
he
like
did
that.
something like that.
So yeah, same thing. He was like, "It's gonna be in the wheelhouse." Okay, turns around. Where's the wheelhouse? It's where the wheel is.
Man, it's so
okay,
good.
so he goes up there.
It's easy comedy, but I think it's still fun.
I thought that was great. Yeah, because even though
you called it.
Yeah, I literally said he doesn't know where that is, and then he turned around, and I was like, "Oh, perfect. This is gonna be so funny."
So great.
And then basically pirates come along, and they're like, "We have to. We like pirates don't take prisoners. They throw them to the sharks and get what they want." So then they're like, "All right, boys, you're gonna." He says, and I quote in the movie, "All right, boys, I'm gonna take the ship and try to outmaneuver them. You guys are gonna have to jump ship and go on the island, and I'm gonna come back for you."
Man.
And then I looked at Dylan. I said, "They're jumping ship." Roll credits.
Yeah.
Right in the movie there.
So good.
So as Jake Hunter's trying to outmaneuver these pirates, 2 of them get onto an inflatable raft.
Oh yeah, this is good.
And of course they're wearing like diving suits in case one of them falls overboard. But
it's so good.
I just so happened to make the observation that they look like fucking gimps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were in their competitive hot dog eating masks.
I think he said that as I had said, like,
"Oh
no,
it's the gimps."
Oh no, it's the BDSM pirates, and you're like, no, not the gimps. And I was like, oh no, please.
Yep.
I hate it.
And then our boy kicks some ass, and he kicks him off the boat for a bit, but then he has to scuttle the ship, which is a fancy pirate term for sink it.
Yeah, I never heard that term before.
Right.
But I believe it.
Abandoning.
So he sinks the ship and is like, well, I had to sink it. But then, he's, of course, Australian and can just find his way on an island or whatever.
Native to Seattle.
Yes,
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's been in Australia for a long time, I think. That's why I was confused. Why
You want to know something funny,
You
though?
be there long enough, you become one.
Yeah,
I'm not
100%.
sure. I'm not sure where Horse Sense 1 takes place.
Nonsense.
I don't know. Sorry, my pronunciation was wrong. Nonsense. I'm not sure where it takes place. I can't quite remember. But if you guys remember, in the first movie, whenever our boy Michael is like going on a plane to like go somewhere, I think back home or back to the barn or whatever, in the city, he runs into Jake Hunter. Again, I'm not sure if it's his character or not, or if it was just like, again, his brother making an appearance in the show.
Fucking second. Can
But
we
I'm-
fact check that?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
at
it's
the
I
beginning-
remember
wait,
he
wait,
made an appearance, but I don't know if
you're
it's
right,
actually
you're right.
him.
At the very beginning of the movie, he takes a flight to where the farm is,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
runs into some like
Talk about
Australian
fucking
guy, and it
continuity.
ends up being it was Jake. It was the other brother because I remember you
Yeah.
saying that's their other brother. He just makes a guest appearance in this movie,
Yeah.
but he's a main character in this movie.
That would have blown my
Yeah.
fucking mind.
Yeah,
you want
no,
to talk about
that's
the
good.
freaking lore of this
That's
universe?
why that's why the movies are so good. They had
Well
all the details.
established. Talk about world building.
Oh,
They,
world
had,
building,
they
man.
had all the details. It was perfect.
So
That's why
good.
they're so good.
I
And
like,
my
I like,
final note is that these boys know how to fight because you could tell they're brothers because at one point
Oh, man.
he's like they're like talking about having like money and I was like you can tell this argument's genuine between brothers because actually the person who plays Jake he is owed $5 by the guy who's playing Michael.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, you're going to pay me for this. And I'm like, this is so realistic because
Yeah.
they're actually brothers. Like,
and then of course like Dylan was talking about with that fight with all three of them where they're starting to talk about like what he's actually worked for. There's a moment where like they were saying some things. You're like, man, that feels real.
Yeah.
yeah,
But-
it's nice because they can be someone else and take their hate out on each other.
Oh, of course.
Like,
They're all actor
Right.
brothers.
They've had
Right,
fights
yeah.
like this before.
But they're never as mean because they're brothers. But now they're like, oh, I could be full on mean, and because
But
we're
we're
not
getting
being
paid for it?
yeah, because now we're different characters. He won't take it seriously.
Of course.
I'm gonna say exactly how I feel. but he
Disney's
won't take it seriously.
Disney's paying us to fight each other as brothers.
Di-
The movie.
Disney's paying me to vent on someone who's my brother, but also
Yes.
not my
This could
brother.
not have been a better opportunity.
Right.
Yes.
I've been
Okay.
waiting for this for years.
Anyways, we have to cut it short this week. Kind of sucks. But you guys want to say anything else before we head out?
Time constraints are bullshit.
I know, and I'm sorry.
Chance.
I'm getting.
Well, that's because you guys talked for 6 hours last episode. Hot take.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it was-
You're right.
it
We
was
had
nice.
2.
But I thought it would be funny.
Anyways, I'm sorry. If you guys are looking for us, we have a Spotify, we have a Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, we're The Aftermath. You can look at us at Linktree/Ian Wolf. We have all of our social media links everywhere that you can find us. If you want to listen to us on
If
all
you-
the outlets,
If you're looking for us, stop.
please just keep looking
You
for
won't
us.
find us.
We're also
If you're
on
looking
YouTube.
for us, keep on searching. You won't find me here.
Anyways, until next time, we'll hit you with another banger. I'm just glad that we were able to sate your appetite with this one. But until then,
Hyance.
bye-bye.